and welcome back to another episode of Thrifting Home. Today we are actually going to be focusing on one of the rooms that I've struggled with this entire time. Not just any bedroom, my bedroom. So this room has actually given me so much of a headache. Every time I try to make it over, I effectively stop in the middle of it and kind of just leave it as is because I kind of just give up. In this video, I am determined to make it over 100%. So this has been a struggle to kind of like make over to begin with, but I'm also working with a very small budget for this room too. So with that being said, this is definitely going to be a challenge. But first things first, let's show you the room.
Your hair looks longer than last June. There's so much I've been dying to know about you. But we've been distant. Is it too soon to call pretending it's to ask you what's new? And I hope we haven't lost our way, 'cause it feels that way to me. But I know that when I see you, oh, I never wanna leave. So don't be so mad. I know that it's easier said than done, and it feels like it's hopeless. I'm begging you, please hold on. Maybe reason tossing and turning is 'cause I'm scared one day you won't reply. So if I said or did something that hurt you, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. You know I never meant to. I hope we haven't lost our way, 'cause it feels that way to me. But I know that when I see you, oh, I never wanna leave. So don't be so mad. I know that it's easier said than done, and it feels like it's hopeless. I'm begging you, please hold on. Maybe reason tossing and turning is 'cause I'm scared one day you won't reply. I'll keep on.
Your screen is not broken. That is how dark it is with these blackout curtains. Honestly, it's perfect. So this is a room currently with no overhead light, just the natural light with the windows. I know people like to go bright and airy in their bedrooms, but for me, it was like, we need to go moody. I haven't slept well in months, so we're painting this dark. So the painting is finally done. It took such a long time. Now, if you're looking at this wall color and thinking, it looks a little bit different than when you were actually painting it, that is because it is. So I basically painted almost the entire room. And then I came into the room and turned on the overhead light. So I was already on the fence with that color because I was like, it is not the color that I had on the swatch. To me, it was reading a little bit more purpley than brown. And honestly, that's why they always tell you to get samples, because you know, it might look different in your space. It looks so much different in my space. So basically I wanted to change the color almost immediately after I got to that point. I didn't finish painting it, but I waited a while to see if I would warm up to it. I did not. So after being so defeated with the color choice, I waited a while before I painted again. This time around though, I did test different colors on my wall near the door frame, and we ended up deciding on the green. This is a different color green than the one downstairs though. This is Sherwin-Williams Vintage. It's funny too because when I was looking at my furniture, I was like, okay, mid-century type furniture, everyone goes with green or blue. I really want to do something different. And after hating the original color, I ended up going with green for my walls, blue for my curtains. So I literally did exactly what I set out not to do, but that's okay because I like it more.
But I know that when I see you, oh, I never wanna leave. So don't be so mad. I know that it's easier said than done, and it feels like it's hopeless. I'm begging you, please hold on. Maybe reason tossing and turning is 'cause I'm scared one day you won't reply.
So I just quickly styled the bed. I think I'm going to kind of stick with this color scheme. I don't think I'm going to get that lucky when it comes to like thrifting throws or thrifting pillows that I want to use. So I kind of used what I already had on hand. And honestly, I'm kind of happy with this. So we have a few hiccups when it comes to this bedroom. The window placement obviously has always been a big bone of contention for me. After sitting with it for a while, I have a workaround. It's definitely not symmetrical, but hopefully it will create a little bit more balance. So I put a dresser here, which means I am not going to actually have a nightstand myself, which I'm okay with. I'm totally fine with not having a nightstand. I do need a nightstand over here though. But then I realized, I was like, you know what? I do actually have something in my garage. So this is what I'm thinking for a nightstand. If I had to guess, this is probably part of a vanity that someone took apart in order to make into nightstands. So I'm gonna try to work this in. If it works, we're gonna roll with it. little too high. It might be a little too high. It's definitely too high. All right, take two. This better be right. Alrighty, that looks a little bit better. Maybe. Not big enough for a one shot on this, but like I said before, it's not symmetry. It's a little bit more balanced. While I love this picture down the line, I'd probably look for something larger than this, but for now, it's good as is. Now, I gotta work on this corner right here. So after hanging up that picture, putting the nightstand here, this chair, I feel like it is a little bit more balanced. It's not perfect, and it's obviously not symmetrical, but we're working with a little bit of a better setup than I was previously. So I'm a little bit happier with this, but I'm also keeping my options open to see if we can find anything else for this area. Maybe I can find a floor plant, or possibly we can use this wall for some more artwork. But on that note, everything else is pretty much done in this room that I really wanted to focus on. So it's a perfect time to go thrifting.
If I'm being honest, I didn't mean to fall in love with you, with you, with you, with you. It just kinda happened. Don't really know when. Just know that it's with you, with you, with you, with you. Now it's making me nervous, 'cause I'm thinking you noticed. Let me know if you change your mind, 'cause when all we do is talk, it's impossible not to fall a little bit in love. But tell me if I'm wrong, or if I'm the only one. 'Cause I would leave my love behind and keep on talking to you. I just need a second, so I can hear it saying, leave it all to stay with you, with you, with you, with you. I hate the distance, 'cause I'd rather listen, anything to talk to you, to you, to you, to you. That's making me nervous.
So I went thrifting, it wasn't bad. Truth be told, this is my second time actually thrifting for this room. So I did attempt to thrift when that color was still on the wall. And let me just say, that was a flop anyway, so I'm glad I changed the color. But let's go ahead and get into this haul. So first up, and one of my favorite pieces I found, was this landscape piece right here. Now this one is an actual hand-painted piece. It's not painted on a canvas though. It's painted on some sort of slab. So this one was $15, which you might think is a little steep. I personally probably would have paid $15 for the frame alone. I have nothing bad to say about this piece. I really love this one. And seriously, this frame, definitely worth it in my opinion. Okay, next up is this book. I honestly love table styling books, and when I saw this one, I was actually very surprised. In store, this was $40, and this was at the thrift store for $4.99. One, I really feel like this book is obviously going to be great to style with, but two, it's just great source material. All of this can serve as a great basis for starting off. Even if it's not your style, you might get some inspiration from it. All in all, I'm really happy with this one, and it's going to be a great one to style with. Keeping in line with Hearth and Hand and Joanna Gaines, I also picked up this blanket. So I look at Target quite a bit. I usually buy when there's a sale, and that's usually when they're shifting between the seasons, but mainly when I'm shopping for home decor, it's thrift stores. So when I found this one, I was like, okay, that's perfect. Can't say enough about having enough blankets. So this blanket is not necessarily what I would consider blue. It's more of a black to me, or like a faded black. It's like almost like a navy black, but it also does have that caramel brown color woven in. This was originally at Target for $29.99. I got it at the thrift store for $9.99. So $9.99, not bad. Okay, next up is this little art piece. Now I realize this is probably not gonna be everyone's style, but when I changed the wall color, I really thought I really want to find florals. If I can find florals, that would be great. But two, I really wanted to amp up like that older style feel. This one actually gives me like a good calming effect for some reason. I think it's just because of the style of it that I love it so much. The frame too is really cute and adorable. There are other pieces similar to this style that were also there, but I honestly thought these were a little pricey, which is why I didn't go in and buy more. This one was $5.99. With that being said though, I am really glad I picked this one up, and I'm sure the other ones found a good home. Okay, so next up are these brass bookends. I love styling with books. So bookends are something that I always look for. It wasn't something that I was actually looking for intentionally for this space, but given the fact I do have surface area to work with, I figured why not? And the brass. Honestly, I could use the books that I'm actually currently reading or want to read with these, but I might actually style these with vintage books as well, just to kind of pull in that kind of element that I want for the room. And these were $7.99 for the pair. To be honest, I do think $7.99 is fair for these. These are a great grab for what they are though. Okay, next up is probably a little different, but I really like this one. It is this owl right here. When I was looking at this, I was like, oh, that'd be cute, like shelf piece or something to style with. And then I realized that this little piece can come off. And so I'm thinking like a candle probably illuminated inside this. So that's pretty cool. If it didn't though, that's a cool idea. I actually picked this one up at a flea market when I was actually doing this shopping. So this one was only $5, which I thought was a pretty good grab for being what it was. And I just love the uniqueness of it. Okay, next up is this candle holder. I really love how aged and worn this looks. I see a little black on the bottom though. I'm thinking this might have been possibly cast iron. Just a beautiful, beautiful piece. I found this at the flea market too when I picked up the other piece. And this one was only $3. Truthfully, I think an amazing price. I could see people charging higher for it. So $3 for this was definitely a no-brainer. This to me was like one of my favorite pieces that I found. Okay, next up is this art piece. If it's like tapestry art or if it's like crochet art, I just like the idea of having different textures to my art pieces lately. When I saw this one, I was really like, okay, I'm obsessed with it. I love the oval style frame too. At this point, I think I have a vision of the gallery wall. Hopefully my vision for it actually comes out pretty well though, but I'm really excited to add this one to the wall too. Okay, this one is the last art piece, I promise. So I picked up this piece right here. I really love this one because I was actually looking for florals in particular for this room. So this one was $39.99. If it wasn't color coded for the sale that day, I don't think I would have picked it up, but thankfully this was 40% off. And there's one more piece that I need to show you. So I picked up this lamp. I really love the shape of it. This is actually a very different lampshade than what I'm used to, but I'm kind of liking it. I didn't want to go with a traditional table lamp on my nightstand, and that's only because my nightstand is a little bit taller than I would like it to sit next to my bed frame. So instead of going in that direction, I figured we need to kind of balance out the room anyways, so why don't I work with height and get a floor lamp instead. All in all though, I think this combined with things that I already have is enough to make this room work. So now it's time though to bring everything upstairs and get to styling.
Some days I can't get out of my bed. Some days I'm waking up on the wrong side of my head. And I got all these eyes on me, staring at me through my screen. Most nights I just can't wait to lie down. So tired from my thoughts that keep on swirling around. Medication used to help me breathe. Now it feels like it's abusing me. 'Cause all of my thoughts take the air out of me. And I can't disagree with the lies that I think you believe. Tell me, what do you believe? And if there was a way to explore my brain, I one-way ticket on a monorail train till I find the light in my mind. Am I running out of time? Some days I can't get out of my bed. Some days I'm waking up on the wrong side of my head. And I got all these eyes on me, staring at me through my screen. Most nights I just can't wait to lie down. So tired from my thoughts that keep on swirling around. Medication used to help me breathe. Now it feels like it's abusing me. 'Cause all of my thoughts take the air out of me. And I can't disagree with the lies that I think you believe.
it took a long time to get to this point, but I am so glad this room is finally done. For a bedroom makeover, I honestly thought this would be so much simpler than what it actually turned out to be. Speaking of which, if you're new here, be sure to stick around because we will be doing more thrifting home videos like this. So I want to give you the option of the next or styling video. The two options are a bathroom makeover or a kitchen makeover. Now, the bathroom makeover will be a little bit more simpler. I'm not going to be doing like heavy DIY when it comes to the bathroom makeover. Kitchen makeover will be a little bit more intensive. However, there will be two parts, but two parts in the sense that it will be a dedicated reveal makeover. So part one will be just my coffee bar, and then part two will be the rest of the kitchen. So definitely let me know in the comments which one you would rather see. But my final thoughts on this room, I'm really glad with the way it turned out. It's obviously a very small room. This house was built in the 1960s, but given the fact that it is a small footprint, I didn't want that to turn me to think, oh, I can't have a room that I really love just because it is smaller in size. And considering the fact this was a very small budget that I was working with, I'm actually really happy with the way it turned out. And with that, I'll say thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!